Another brutality of the Florida Panthers as the Cats lose 4-1 over the Detroit Red Wings. And, I mean, wow, what was that? There were a lot of great chances. Okay, maybe I sound like a broken record. But there were chances. There were chances for the Panthers, and they didn't capitalize. The only shot that went in was the Marchand wraparound, who was assisted by Lundell, which is his third assist, with Marchand's third goal of the season. But everything else, it's been all Detroit. It's been all Detroit, and they deserve it. I think with the way how the Detroit Red Wings been playing, they're gonna make the playoffs. They're gonna absolutely make the playoffs, and you can mark my words with this. This is a long overdue team, the Detroit Red Wings. And in fact, the whole city of Detroit sports are on the rise, and as much as Detroit had a lot of painful misery these past few seasons, and even like for all sports, I'm happy for them. Honestly, I'm happy for them. However, in this game, I'm not happy because the Panthers really had a lot of chances and they just could not capitalize. They just could not. First off, I want to say this with regards to the lineups and the lines. I seriously don't think Balinskis and Petrie line works. I think it was seen in this game. They just didn't click. Maybe it's because it's too early to say, but it just didn't click. And the bad news is that Kulikov will be out until March. So we are in need of defensive depth right now. And I was praising the Florida Panthers defense, or depth rather. But now I have to go back and question it, because what kind of game is this? 4-1 against Detroit Red Wings. Bobrovsky only gave up 2 goals in this game. All right, whatever. It is Sergei Bobrovsky who has suffered his first loss, going up against Cam Talbot, again, one of the reasons why Panthers lose is the goaltending was better for Detroit. It was. Both teams are going against each other the first period. Detroit shooting the puck more than whatnot. Bennett with the snapshot that was stopped by Talbot. Edvinsson with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Aaron Ekblad with the wrist shot that was stopped by Cameron Talbot as well. Both goaltenders were leaving this scoreless in the first period of the game. Reinhart nearly makes it 1-0 with that shot, that wrist shot in 10 minutes into the first period that hit the post. Marchand with the backhand that was stopped by Talbot. Bennett with the wrist shot that was stopped by Talbot. Nico Mikkola with the snapshot that was stopped by Talbot. Shots are being blocked. Ramsdijk with the shot, and that was blocked by Luke Cunnin. Ben Sherratt, who got beat up in this game by all the pucks getting into him, that was stopped by Bobrovsky, and also a former Panther, if you remember him from the 2021-2022 season. But I digress. Andrew Copp with the snapshot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Dylan Larkin with the snapshot rather that was stopped by Bobrovsky as well. And in the end, the first period leads 0-0. However, in the second period, when the second period starts, Evan Rodriguez with the wrist shot that was stopped by Talbot. 2:09 into the second period, Detroit scores. He's assisted by Dylan Larkin. That's his second assist of the season. And snaps it home is Mason Appleton, who was a Winnipeg Jet under Paul Maurice. Has a second goal of the season. That I think that third line is clicking for Detroit. We're seeing early results of it. 1-0 Detroit right off the bat, man. Right off the bat. A little bit later after that, Marco Kasper with a cross check against Evan Rodriguez. Florida goes on the power play, and during this power play, Marchand with the wrist shot that was stopped by Talbot. And then as the power play is winding down, Ekblad with the tripping penalty against Dylan Larkin. So it'll be a 4-on-4 for just a little bit, and it will be a Detroit power play. And during that power play, DeBrincat with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky, and then a cross-checking penalty on Mikkola against Dylan Larkin. Larkin with with the seller of these penalties. And I really gotta say, he did a good job selling that tripping call. Really good job selling that call. These calls are just so weird. I guess it's just so weird. 5-on-3 and Patrick Kane scores. He's assisted by Dylan Larkin. That's his third assist of the season. I think his second assist of the game, rather. And Mortis Sider with his second assist of the season. And off the wrist shot, it's Patrick Kane with the second goal of the season. And 5-on-3s are just impossible to. They're impossible to defend. They're really impossible to defend. It's not impossible, because we've done that against Vegas a couple of seasons ago. But it's very difficult to defend a 5-on-3. But ladies and gentlemen, if you notice very, very closely, Patrick Kane's shot was actually ricocheted off the glove of Forsling, and that was a bad luck. That was a really bad luck from Gustav Forsling, and they suffered first special teams goal given up by the Panthers this season. So the other penalty is killed off. To bring out the slash shot, and Rasmussen with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. Bernard Docker with the wrist shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky as well. And then 14:05 into the second period. Like I said earlier, it was a wraparound goal from Brad Marchand. He assisted by Lundell, and I don't think I have to repeat myself. Detroit was shooting the puck more. Detroit's Albert Johansson with a slash shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky. James Van Ramsdijk with the tip in that was stopped by Bobrovsky as well. And then, a fight broke loose at the goal net, and at the end of the second period, it means 2-1. And the Panthers were putting on a pressure in the third period. The pressure. Axel Sandin Palika, if I said it correctly, he interferes with Loserinen. Florida goes on the power play. They do nothing. One shot on target, which was for Hagee with the wrist shot that was stopped by Talbot, and that penalty is killed off pretty easily too. Literally had a chances, and there were some great plays too. There was some great plays with Detroit keeping the puck in, and Forsling keeping the puck in with the dive-in opportunity. AJ Greer with the wrist shot that was stopped by Talbot, and Jet Petrie with the tripping penalty against Larkin. Detroit goes on the power play. That penalty is killed off, and as the penalty went off, Santin Pelika with the slash shot that was stopped by Bobrovsky, and he shoots on it again, but that was stopped by Bobrovsky as well. But Bobrovsky not having a bad game. Let me just say this. Bobrovsky's not having a bad game. The offense is failing Bobrovsky. And with 3 minutes left at this point, you have to bring off Bobrovsky. And the Panthers hit the crossbar. They should have tied this game, and of course they didn't, as this would be an empty net goal. DeBrincat with his fifth assist of the season already. Michael Rasmussen with his first assist of the season, and off the wrist shot, his second goal of the game, and his third of the season is Mason Appleton with his third goal of the season, second of the game. Bobrovsky comes off the ice, and that's it. DeBrincat with a sixth assist of the season, another multi-point game for a Detroit Red Wing player. And this is after they played the Undertaker theme song. If those who watch wrestling, you have to know the Undertaker, one of the most icon wrestlers in the globe. Yeah, they played the Undertaker theme song, and that's pretty much what killed the Florida Panthers. This was literally the Undertaking. It's bullshit. Michael Rasmussen with this first goal of the season. It was a tip-in empty netter, and that's it. 4-1 Detroit. Panthers are now 3-2 to start the season. Detroit is now 3-1 to start the season. Detroit's their only loss so far was their season opener against the Montreal Habs, beating Toronto not once but twice, and now beating the Panthers 4-1. That's crazy. That is just bonkers. That's bonkers. So, GG, Detroit. You absolutely kicked our asses. I would say this. No, we did not play. We didn't play good hockey. We did not play good hockey. Detroit played better hockey. They're 3-1 And right now, I think they're on top of the Atlantic Division at this time of recording. Yeah, they are. They are now 6 points, just like the Florida Panthers. But we have played one more game than everybody else did, which is not that great. So that's bad news. Bad news for the Florida Panthers. So we got to do better. We don't have a lot of rest. Our next game is against the New Jersey Devils with their season opener tomorrow in Newark, New Jersey. So we got to get everything under control. We actually picked up a waiver, I believe, from Ottawa because of the fact that Kulikov is hurt. We have to bring in reinforcements, and I completely forgot who it was. I'm going to have to do just a little tiny research on who was it that the Panthers have claimed waivers from. He is from Ottawa Senators, I believe. Let me find it real quick. But yeah, no, Panthers 3-2 to start the season. Perfect at home, but winless on the road. Hopefully that changes tomorrow against the New Jersey Devils. We have to do it. Okay, yeah, it's Donovan Sabrango from the Ottawa Senators, a defenseman that was claimed off waivers from the Ottawa Senators, and you have to put in for Kulikov for the time being. You have to do it because if we don't have defensive efforts, then what we have a season for, you know? We already lost Barkov and we already lost Matthew Tkachuk, and now we don't have Kulikov until March. That's a long time, and not to mention we don't have Tomas Nosek either. Injury bug is happening. Fine, blame it on the injuries. What do I say about this game? The Panthers just simply did not play well enough, and Detroit was a far better team. And all I gotta say is to Detroit people, please beat the Lightning. That's all I can ask. But anyway, tomorrow, kick ass tomorrow against New Jersey, at home, or on the road rather. If not, then your best chance is against the Buffalo Sabres, which they actually won. Oh wow, they won 8-4 against the Senators. Well, maybe we're gonna be 3-79 just the rest of the season. I'm totally kidding. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Terrible game for the Panthers. Hopefully, we play better tomorrow against the New Jersey Devils. All right, so that's gonna do it for this one. If you like this video, hit the like button, subscribe our content because Miami TVG is back. When he does, he'll be right there with your favorite team user. It's Miami TVG sign off, folks. Good night.